You're a major player here, and things are going to be happening here in the next few years that are going to challenge the masses of people. I have said before, and I'll say it again, when it all happens, when it all comes out, it's going to bring about an expansion of consciousness that's going to change the world, that we're not going to be the same species, we're not going to be the same world. The present reality will fall away, and a new reality will... It's going to take an expansion of consciousness, Carrie, to even deal with these truths. And that's why
so let's push the envelope.
That's why I'm pushing the envelope, and you are, to get people and prod the people to say, look, damn it, you've got to wake up and realize the world you live in. And that's why I am so angry at the establishment scientific community. They are so hard-headed and closed-minded about this whole thing. Would you grasp that most of them will not even accept the reality of the human soul? Mm-hmm. That there is a divine spark in each and every one of us that is from the source? We are each of us God sparks. The soul, the immortal, everlasting human soul that lived before, is living now, and will live after. You know, there is no end. Now, when people are beginning, when they grasp that, who they are and what's in them, I go back to the beautiful old Sanskrit term, the Hindu teachings. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, the Bhagavad Gita is a masterpiece. They refer to the dweller within, the imprisoned splendor. That's one of my favorites, the imprisoned splendor. And one of the Hindu holy men that I've always admired and respected was Yogananda. Mm-hmm. He established what he called the Self-Realization Fellowship. And people miss the point of what the hell that even says. Self-realization. The realization of your true self. The recognition that you are a godlike, immortal being. Now, that's what the people out there and those who watch and those who listen have got to understand. You are an infinite spark of divinity yourself. Now, if we can get them to see that, this transition, which is going to be painful and awkward and troublesome, and it's going to be a bumpy ride, but by God, if they can only grasp who and what they are, it'll help them through that transcendent transformation that the entire race is going through. It's going to be painful. It's like coming out of adolescence into adulthood. But if they can grasp the power within them, bring it out, God, we've accomplished what we came for.
I understand.
I know you do.
And I agree with you. But what I want is, I want some nuts and bolts information from you. Because information is light. And information will start to creak open that door. And what we need are some tantalizing facts of what's really been going on behind the scenes. Okay? Not only in the government here in America. Yeah, absolutely. Or, you know, some of the things you may have seen. You know, access to underground bases, invitations. Have you gotten in a ticket? You know, I understand what I'm saying here?
I'm not sure. I've been in underground facilities for years. When I was working with FEMA, I was part of a program called COG, Continuity of Government. We worked for years putting together civil defense, emergency services, disaster response. And I've been in underground facilities that you wouldn't believe. Massive, massive, all over the country. There's one under Fort Huachuca, which I may have told you once before, that is gigantic. These massive facilities. My only criticism at the time was that some of them were so luxurious for the politicians that ticked me off. I felt that the politicians didn't deserve those luxurious facilities. Yeah, we've got massive underground facilities all over the country, all over the planet. We've got relationship official military relationships with off-planet intelligences. We have a major facility in the middle of Australia. It's called Pine Gap. Okay, sorry
At this
about
time.
that.
Okay.
The point I'm getting at is that our military, our shadow government, is deeply involved with extraterrestrial operations.
And you know this how?
By people who have come up to me and said, Dean, I've got to tell you what happened to me last month, or where I was last month. And I say often, or I used to say, why are you telling me? And he said, well, people seem to listen to you, and you have enough respect that you can go public with it, and I think they need to know it. I was one of them, the first one of them who revealed the information that we have a portal of sorts, a kind of portal, located at 14 levels below ground at S4. A naval lieutenant commander told me, he says, I was ordered to put on my summer uniform, pack my bags and get my briefcase. He was in naval, and he was ordered to go to this facility, which he didn't, well, it was S4, on the other side of the mountain, Papoose Lake. And he says, why are you asking me to put on a summer uniform when it's cold as hell here? Even in Las Vegas, it was cold. And he says, just do what you're told. Put on a summer uniform, pack your bag, and come up. So show up here. They took him to S4. They went down the elevator, the 3 different levels. He had a red card, blue card, and green card. At the bottom of the facility, 14 levels below ground. It's like taking a 14-story building and burying it. At the bottom, he got through the door, and there sits a GI. I can't remember whether he said it was Army, Navy, Air Force, or what. Doesn't matter. At that level, it doesn't matter. It said, Commander, welcome, come on in. And he walked through this door from the elevator, and the kid says, welcome to Pine Gap.
Wonderful.
And the commander says, what the hell are you talking about? He says, sir, you're in Australia. And the commander says, no, we're in Nevada. And when the young man says, sir, when you just walked through that door, you're in Australia.
Incredible.
So he came up to me and he says, I'm telling you this because I know that people will listen to you. At that time I'd been traveling and speaking publicly a number of times. And I shared it. And then another active duty type came up to me one time and he said, why the hell are you telling these damn stories? He says, that's classified. You're not supposed to tell those things, you know. That's sensitive. And I says, well, would you believe that it was shared to me by a man who outranked you? Well, that goes on and on, honey. That goes on and on.
So it's because it's not necessarily your direct experience, at least at this time. It is because you know people that come up to you, that people that trust you, people that know you are on the circuit, and they want you to do the sort of like a messenger.
A lot of the classified material that I've been given and that I have shared has come from a variety of sources, both military and intelligence operations, by people. Some of them I've known in my career, some of them I've served with. The one in DIA, and he was with me in South Vietnam. He was a master sergeant there when I was out there. Now he's working as a civilian for defense intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been getting a lot of information because I am an avenue which apparently the public has come to respect to some level, and that the intelligence military guys have learned that when something must come out, that they think should come out, I bring it out.
Okay,
now,
I'm going to ask you a question.
The reason, wait a minute, I got to tell you that one of the reasons I think I've been successful is I have never compromised any of them in their personal careers and their lives, because for many of them, saying things to me that they've shared is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
because of the crowd that doesn't.